Viewer discretion is advised.
So that's the long and short of this camera. It's an awesome camera, and I think
Expensive.
it's very expensive. It's are you sure we want to keep doing this?
I do. I definitely do. I know that there's people that I know that definitely benefit from this stuff. They ask me questions all the time. So if it's one or two people can be helped, I don't want to stop. I don't care.
Yeah, I get that, but one or two, as long as I help one or two people, I don't know, man. We're spending a lot of our own money, a lot of our own time to do this, and I mean, cameras and stuff like that. I mean, this is some pro shit. This is not anything to, this is you don't take this to your godson's bar mitzvah or his christening or some shit. This is
Godson's bar mitzvah.
I'm just saying this is a serious camera. That's what I'm saying. Like
I know.
I jumped through a lot of hoops to get all this stuff, and
I know.
I don't know if we're really reaching anyone, because at the end of the day, people, oh, we love it, oh, we this, we that, but when it comes down to it, I think the average person wants to be fat and diseased. It just makes me sick. You're supposed to go to the doctor to see how good you're doing. You're supposed to go to your doctor visit to see how great your blood work has been and all that, and how good. But these people, they barely squeak by or get horrible news and go home and don't change. And the people that get somewhat good news, most of them celebrate by going to the fucking drive-thru and getting fast food. I just don't get. The other day I was in the grocery store. I saw a woman who was easily over 300 pounds, and she wasn't that tall. She wasn't like 7 feet tall, where she looked like she's in shape. Like at least 300 pounds. But what was more troubling to me, and I don't pay. I try not to get into people's business because I don't care. I care about me. I care about my family, my friends. I'm not the kind of person. Oh, that's horrible. I'm not a gossiper. But I just kept thinking to myself, her son. It reminded me a lot of me when I was a kid, and I didn't have a chance growing up. I didn't know about this stuff, and I wasn't as bad as this kid. This kid's royally screwed. He's about 9 or 10 years old. He's about 150 pounds.
I see that all the time. I see it all the time.
I weigh 20 pounds more than him. I'm 44 years old and I'm 6'1". I mean, and a lot of people, oh, you fat shame. No, I don't fat shame, but I call a fat bastard when I see a fat bastard. And you know what a fat bastard is? A fat bastard to me is someone that doesn't do a goddamn thing for their health, but they keep shoveling food in their mouth and they complain, oh, my ankles, oh, my knees. Do you know what a smack in the face it is to me sometimes? That I see people that I can't walk, I'm quote unquote in really good shape, and I could barely walk, and I see some fat bastard trying to cross the street 300-400 pounds and they can barely walk, their ankles, their knees. There's people that they become diabetics and they just watch stuff get chopped off their body instead of stopping. And have you ever looked at the ingredients on some of these shakes that slim this and fast and all that? There's fillers to make you not hungry. I've had it. It tastes like chemicals. People that Nutrisystem or whatever, and they rip a package open, they throw it in the goddamn microwave, and 4 minutes later they have a healthy meal. That's not a healthy meal.
That's gross.
Yeah. That shit can last for refrigeration for 27 years.
Probably can.
I know people care that I have MS. I know people are upset that I have MS. But at the end of the day, if it's not you, it's not you. And a part of you, and people shouldn't feel guilty for this. It's human nature. A part of you is happy it's not you. But guess what? Something's coming for everybody. Something is on its way right now. It's in you, it's hiding, it's growing, it's festering. Lupus, diabetes, MS. What's the skin condition when Psoriasis?
Yeah, psoriasis.
They're all autoimmune dysfunctions. And the one thing I've learned about autoimmune dysfunction, no matter what it is, Alzheimer's, dementia, ALS, all autoimmune dysfunctions, the body attacking itself. Guess what they all have in common? 100% preventable. So all the bullshit about, oh, I'm genetically predisposed to cancer. Yeah, you might come from a line where cancer can foster in your body a lot quicker than someone else. But genetics stops at some point and nature takes over. And how you raise yourself and how you feed yourself and how you eat and what you do to your body. Because you know what? If you're predisposed to alcoholism, if you're an alcoholic, you go to a party, you don't drink alcohol. You've been sober how many years? You know inside of you you're an alcoholic. You will always be an alcoholic. So you don't drink. If you know that you're pre-diabetic, if you know you have hypertension, if you know that one of your arteries is kind of being a little blocked because you went for that echocardionuclear or whatever, but you keep doing the same things, fast food and saturated fat, and what they're doing to their kids. They come home, they give their kids candy and cookies and shit. Oh, it's a treat. What kind of a treat is that? You know what you're treating them to? Disease. One day, those kids are going to grow, they're fat little kids, they're going to grow up to be fat adults. The only difference is they're going to be fat, sick adults. Kids, I can't believe it. I heard well over 50% of children today are obese. That's not 8, 5, 3, whatever pounds overweight. Obesity is anything 25 pounds over your weight. I used to look at that chart, 6'1", 155 to 185 pounds. I'll never be that. And everyone agreed, oh no, Rob, you're a big guy. Yeah, I was a big guy because I was fat. And I thought of all the Nutra this and the Slim Fast this and all the beach body crap. It's a waste of money. Unless you're pulling it out of the ground, it's not good for you. I'm not saying give up, but at some point...
I understand your frustration. I do. But...
You know, case in point. You want to talk... And I'm not talking about people that are trying to lose... And like I said, if you're trying to... When I see a heavier person running or whatever, I've been in the car with people who made fun.
Me too. That's so...
And I
so
said...
wrong.
I said, that person's trying to do something. That person's trying to make a difference. And you're making fun of them? What'd you do today? That person, no matter how heavy they are, they're out there trying to make their life better. Hopefully they didn't get a scare of disease or whatever. Hopefully they caught it in time. But they're out there trying. So if you're... The biggest respect in the world I give to people that are trying to lose weight or trying to change their health. Because you know what? I've done both. And I'm still doing one. And it is a bitch. But I was talking to this woman the other day. Her daughter has MS. And it's relapsing remitting, like the one I have that comes and goes or whatever. She asked me what I'm doing because, oh my God, Rob, you look great. You're doing so well. Oh my God. Thank you. I really appreciate that. She asked me what I'm doing, and I told her. The minute I got to diet, the minute I got to changing what I eat, well, no. She won't do that. What do you mean she won't do that? No, she won't change her food. What? No, she likes her food too much. She already told me she'll do anything. She'll take any drugs, she'll do anything, as long as she doesn't have to change her food.
That's ridiculous.
Hippocrates. Let food be thy medicine. You are what you eat. I mean, stupid shit we learned as kids. You are what you eat. But it's true. You put crap in, you're going to have crap inside. So I looked at her, I'm like, her diet, she's like, yeah, no, I ain't doing it. I'm like, you know what? Once someone acts like that, I shut off. Because I'm not going to spend my time or my breath explaining something to someone that obviously doesn't want to listen. If you want to make a change, I'll sit with you all day long and tell you exactly what to do. I'm getting a crash course in all of this. I should become a nutritionist by the time this is all over. I'm certainly a friggin' life coach already because, I don't know, babe, I can get people fired up. I don't know if it's because they don't like me or whatever, but goddamn it, I get shit done. But I looked at her and I'm like, do you know that food and what you take into your body is 90% of what's wrong with you? Yeah, but she won't. And I told her, okay. But she's got relapsing remitting, so she hasn't had a relapse in years and she's doing really great. I was doing really great too. Then I woke up one day in August and I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I keep hearing this, that you kind of hid this from me for a few days, which wasn't cool, but
I didn't.
whatever.
I didn't. You weren't coming over that Friday, and I'm sorry, but sometimes I deal with things and I handle them, and it's nobody's business. And I'm not saying it's not your business. It is your business. You have a life with me, but you weren't coming on Friday, and I wasn't seeing you on Sunday, and that Thursday night I couldn't. I woke up in the middle of the night, went to the bathroom, and then that Friday morning I couldn't walk. So when you can have relapsing remitting MS or whatever, and it'll go away for a while, but when it comes back like a son of a bitch. I mean, it really, it really does a number. So that's why when I know how bad it can get, and I'm not even as bad as some people out there. I mean, there's some people out there that can't get out of bed, they have to be washed, they have to be fed. And these people, they don't get it. And it's true because one of my friends said, you know, people have to be scared. It has to happen to them. They don't make a change until something happens to them.
Oh, that's definitely true.
You know, and I just, but yeah, no, it was bad. I went overnight. I went from, I mean, you saw at your house that I was having some difficulties here and there and stuff. But it was whatever. I figured that was the worst that MS was going to throw at me. And then that day I couldn't walk. And I remember I sat with my mom and we really entertained the notion about going to the hospital again. And that's something I promised myself was never going to happen again. So I know what that meant. She did too. And I'm her son. I mean, it was hard for me, but could you imagine your child looking at going through all that again or end of life shit? It's pretty heavy, you know. But that's why I get so, oh my God, I get so pissed that these people, they don't want to change. The New Year's coming up, and they'll all buy their ankle weights on Amazon and make all these resolutions, and they'll lose the same 50 pounds over and over and over again that they've been doing for years. My sister, she died at 49 years old. She fell into a lot of depression, and she stopped taking care of herself. And that was it. So one of the closest people in my life is gone from this. And I couldn't do anything to change it. I woke up one morning and I was told, I'm really sorry your sister passed. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, I was told. I know she went to the hospital. I couldn't go to the hospital because I could barely walk. I was just out of the hospital. That was August. I was out of the hospital in March. And stress and all that, I couldn't make it to the hospital. And then I get woken up at 6 a.m. Rob, I'm really sorry your sister passed away. So when I see these people, I just want to shake them. Like, what are you doing? You say you love your family so much. You say you love your children so much. And this is what you're doing to yourself? This is what you're doing to them? You feed them macaroni and cheese out of a box with orange friggin' powder? You're 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 pounds overweight. You got a block here, you're pre-diabetic this, your numbers are that. So that child that you say you love so much, you're going to die and they're going to be in a nice little suit or a nice little dress at the funeral home. That's the legacy you're leaving behind. Plus, you probably turn them into a fat, diseased bastard too, that when they grow up, they're not going to know what to do.
There's too much information out there now. There's no excuse. It pisses me off too.
No, but you know what the problem is? I think there is too much information and it's saturated with people trying to make money off this.
Oh, that too.
Look at the Nutrisystem plan. Look at Beachbody. Look at Slim Fast and all this. I mean, they're preying on weakness. And food is an addiction. Food and alcohol and tobacco are legal. Heroin, cocaine, and weed in some places isn't. Now, what's the difference? To me, the only difference, because they're all just as dangerous, you can kill yourself with alcohol, you can kill yourself with smoking, you can kill yourself with food. The timetable is just a little different. So what's the difference between cocaine and heroin and weed? The difference to me is they found a way to make money off that. So people line up with their money in hand, kill me. That's all it is. They show up, money in hand, kill me. You know, and a lot of people, oh, obesity runs in my family. Oh, cancer runs in my family. I can understand having a genetic predisposition to a disease or a condition. If you're an alcoholic, to me, I'm not an alcoholic, but if you're an alcoholic, because a couple of my friends are alcoholics, and they say, I'm an alcoholic. My one friend hasn't drank in 30 years. He still calls himself an alcoholic because he knows it's still in him. He knows it's going to take one drink. He knows. So what does he do? He doesn't drink. So if you know you have a propensity for obesity in your family, why are you eating like this? If you know you're a risk for heart disease, why don't you exercise more? I don't get people. It's like they're like lambs to the slaughter, lining up, waiting to be taken, with money in hand, trying to make it quicker and quicker. And that's why I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm sorry, but I mean, I know what's working for me. Changing what I'm eating has done wonders for me. That I'll never go back, because I know what's back there. I'm like an alcoholic with food. You don't get MS by accident. Infection after infection after co-infection after co-infection has grown in my body to the point where MS is not a disease. MS is a symptom. That's what people don't get. Line up and go to your neurologist, take your pill, see you in 3 months for 15 minutes to find out how you're doing. MS is not a disease. MS is a symptom. Lupus is not a disease. It's a symptom. Diabetes is not a disease. It's a symptom. And one of the most valuable things I ever learned was disease is really dis-ease. Your body is at dis-ease. There's something wrong. It comes out as lupus, it comes out as diabetes, it comes out as hypertension, it comes out as multiple sclerosis, it comes out as Alzheimer's. But a core root are inflammation and infections. And I learned this. That's why I'm able to do so good. But no matter what we do, these people just don't get it. So I don't know. I mean, I really, seeing that lady with her kid in the store really lit a light with me, because you know what? It's one thing if you want to kill yourself. It's a whole other thing when you want to do that to a child that they don't know. Here's a treat, here's a candy bar. Here's a treat, here's bagel bites. Here's a treat, here's Reese's Pieces cups. Are you kidding?
Yeah, ignorance is not an excuse anymore. Not nowadays, no way. I don't buy it. People just don't care.
Well, you hear fat people. I just have to find the motivation. You're gonna fucking die. One day you're gonna be playing with your kid, and your heart's just gonna stop, and you're gonna drop dead, and you're gonna be blue by the time you hit the ground. Your child's going to see that. Or your kid's going to have to go to your funeral. Without a mother, without a father at 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 15, 20 years old. You're going to die before you can walk your daughter down the aisle. That's what people don't get. What more motivation do you need than that? The things that are easy to do are also the easiest not to do. I'm going to eat right today. It's easy. Go to the grocery store. The minute you walk in the door, you're in the produce section. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. It's easy to do. And it's cheaper. But they all go, they all go to the middle aisles where all the prepackaged, salty, whatever crap is. And they just lay down their money and keep spending and spending and spending. And they go home and they put on Facebook, oh, I got sick, oh, I got this. And everyone, oh, sending prayers, sending prayers. What the hell does that mean? You know there's people out there that are truly praying for you. In their own way or in the classical sense. And you're thankful for that. But when you get 50, 60 comments, you really think all those people are praying for you? Bullshit. They're shutting up their computer, putting their phone down, and they're thanking God or whoever that it's not them. But you know what? They're putting their phone down, they're pouring a big old glass of milk, getting a whole sleeve of cookies, or heating up Hot Pockets in the microwave. Or you know what? They made their Nutrisystem lasagna for dinner. You can't lose weight and eat lasagna. If you're losing weight and you eat lasagna, there's something wrong with that lasagna. You shouldn't be eating that because you know what? The traditional things that are in lasagna that put weight on you are not in that. So what the hell did they put in it that's not the traditional things? You know, but they got Marie Osmond peddling all this shit. She looked better when she was heavier. Am I right?
She looks like she's wearing a mask of her old self.
Yeah, but I just, like they showed a picture of her when she was fat and younger. She was actually cute.
She's pretty, but...
No, I don't think so now.
She was a little heavy.
No, now she looks weird. But when she was younger, she was cute. Some people look better heavier. You know,
Heavier, but not unhealthy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, oh, I'm plus size. Okay. Are you healthy, though? You could be as big as you want, but that's the thing. Your heart and your organs are designed to carry a person of a certain height and a certain weight. Even bodybuilders, these guys with all these muscles, 300 pounds or 250 pounds of pure muscle. Your body is not meant to pump blood through a 250-pound frame. It's not. That's what people don't get. You could look at someone, oh, they're healthy. You don't know. Some people, here's genetic predisposition again. Some people are genetically more athletic. They can eat. They can eat whatever they want. Never put on a pound. That's when you see people who are 6'1", 160 pounds. You're diabetic? You're going in for what the hell, angioplasty?
Look at Bob Harper. Almost dropped dead of a heart attack. He's a fitness professional.
Yeah.
So
it all comes
not
down,
about what you look like.
Exactly. Really. It all comes down to what you're putting in your body. But it just makes it worse when you're 100 pounds overweight and you're buying bagel bites and
That's
you're
a
buying
food addiction.
Asamoah
That
shit.
needs to be addressed.
I get
you
that.
You can't stop and you're killing yourself.
Right.
You have a food addiction and it needs to be taken care of.
But the motivation, always my motivation, you're going to die. Medicine? No. There's a reason why old ancient Chinese and herbal medicine has been around for 5,000 years and the medical industry has been around for 500. Guess what works better? I really want to help people. I just don't think people are listening. I really don't.
Let's give it a little more time. Let's do a few more. Let's do a few more videos, and then we'll decide if we want to keep going. I mean, we already spent the money. We spent a lot of money on it. I really don't want it to go to waste.
You were like my dad, too. He was, my father was awesome. Bob was awesome. You know, but that's my family. My family has died from cancer and obesity and heart disease. And I have MS.
Well, you should use that as motivation to want to keep going and help help some people.
Yeah.